Lost beneath the scorching sands of their civilization's ruins and consigned to oblivion by the relentless march of time, the Chozo of the planet Talon 4 once wrote of a child who would become a hunter, a child named Samus Aran. Now, those as passionate in their nerdhood as I am are probably familiar with this particular piece of Chozo lore, but I'm willing to bet this ensuing revelation will shock even them. You see, the child, the hunter, was actually born a center in the National Hockey League. And this is the unequivocal proof. This is NHL 09, and this game brings your pond-born dreams of becoming an NHL pro to glorious, cup-lifting fruition. I mean, come on, if NHL 09 can do it for Samus, NHL 09 can do it for you.
Chance to get off on the right foot. I know it's a long season, but it's great to open at home.
Takes that pass from down low. He's got it along the line. Takes that puck into the offensive zone, and he scores! And that's gonna...
Now, over the last several years, the NHL series has arguably been one of the best of the annual sports franchises offered by Electronic Arts. And although there are many reasons for that, I think it really comes down to the gameplay. Unlike some of the other sports titles EA releases yearly, the NHL games don't seem as concerned with recreating the sport as much as they are with amplifying it. Indeed, hockey's three most important components take center stage in EA's NHL games. They turn hockey's speed, skill, and savagery up a notch, and keep in mind, this beautiful sport already has those dials turned very high.
He shoots, he scores!
Of course, for NHL 09, all of the aforementioned awesomeness applies, but EA also made some tweaks to the formula for 2009, and the result is a title that, at its release, stood as arguably the best hockey game ever made. Starting from the same basic gameplay as prior versions, NHL 09 throws in the ability to use your stick more effectively on defense. You can poke check, you can get your stick in the passing lanes, you can even lift your opponent's stick, which is obviously a very useful defensive tactic. Another noticeable difference is that the speed of the game has been slowed down a bit from the even faster prior versions, and conversely, that has an impact on the game's offense. Because of NHL 09's slower tempo, you can actually set up in your opponent's zone, maintain a bit of a cycle, and therefore maintain offensive pressure. But of course, the main draw in NHL 09 was the Be a Pro feature, a new gameplay mode which allows you to guide a player of your creation from the lowly ranks of the minor league AHL to the first line of an NHL affiliate. Now, the mode is simple in concept, right? You make your player, control your player, and you guide said player to the top. But once you dig your skates into Be a Pro, it's really hard to come off the ice. And that's because the game goes to the blue line to make Be a Pro as engaging as possible. After each game, your head coach gives you feedback on your performance. He tells you what you're doing well and what you need to work on, and he's usually right on the mark. So, because the team's management gives you a set of goals to meet before you can progress within the franchise, it often behooves you to listen to your coach. And improving based on that feedback is actually really satisfying. Of course, if you'd rather just be a pro than become one, you can pick an established NHL star and play as him like you would your created character. Add these modes to the game's myriad of others, not the least of which is the online league, and you start to see why NHL 09 is as hearty a package as it is an enjoyable game. EA Sports has been burying it with this franchise for the last few years, and for those of you who don't watch hockey, burying it is a good thing. But the 2009 version was like a slap shot from the blue line. It emphatically took the series to a whole new level of both polish and execution. Becoming a pro is an addictive and personal experience, and the gameplay had never been better. It's always a great day for hockey, and NHL 09 ensures it's a great game for hockey too.
He scores! And that's called answering. They come back to tie this game up.